Hello, my intuitive friends. Thank you for joining me for this week's Intuition Diary. And I want to share with you some reflections from my week last week. It ended up being a week of clearing out paperwork. It wasn't planned. It's something that needed doing, but I certainly had not planned to do that last week. And it was paperwork that belonged to my stepdad, who died several years ago. Paperwork for my own work and business of drafts of books and oracle decks and other things that I no longer needed to hold on to, and also a big box of photographs that had needed sorting for quite some time. Now, if I was going to plan to clear things out, I'd probably wait till a Saturday or Sunday and do it first thing in the morning. But recently, over the past months, what's happened is there's like a wave comes over me. It's a compulsion to, you need to do this now. And it never happens at a convenient time, right? It happens at 2 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, when I'm already focused on doing something, a piece of work or something else. But it's very much intuition. It's very much the world is saying, now is the time. Now is the time. And I can ignore that compulsion and not do it. But I know that if I don't pay attention to it, the new things that need to come into my life, the new things that the universe is trying to bring to me cannot make their way in with their vibrational frequency until those things are cleared out. So I went through a lot of paperwork belonging to my stepdad, and it's difficult, isn't it? 'Cause you've got to be careful recycling paper that's confidential. But there were also old passports that belonged to him and my mum. There were birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates, order of service for the wedding when they married. There was also a national identity card or a national register card that was to my mum when she was 3 years old. She grew up during the Second World War. And the person who signed it had the first initial of their first name was the same as my aunt. I'm like, well, she wasn't even born then. I don't understand this. And of course, worked out it's my grandma, it's my mum's mum. And it was the first time I'd ever seen my grandma's writing. And it struck me that my grandma's writing was very like my mum's writing, was very similar to my writing, that also was similar to my aunt's writing. So it was really interesting to feel that connection to ancestors, if you like, to grandparents, that there's something that comes down through, things that come down through the ancestral and DNA line that we don't always think about. So it's very reflective of family, ancestral generations, what they might have been through and how their lives were different. And if you're wondering what you do with old passports, you send them back to the passport office and they destroy them. Just so you know, I had to check that. The photos as well, it's hard to let go of some photos, isn't it? And just, choose the ones that are important and that you want to look onto, because when you look, it takes you back to when it was taken, the time, the place, what was going on in your life, what was happening. So there's quite a bit of reflection last week, but it was really nice because I didn't get absorbed in it. I was able to say, yeah, I remember this time with fondness and with love. And when I was clearing my dad's paperwork out, my stepdad's paperwork out, I was able to have a chat to him and talk to him and say thank you for all that he'd done for me, because I never really got to say that when he was alive, and he died quite suddenly. So there was no real kind of end conversation to that, although obviously I did that after he passed. So it was nice to have that time to reflect on what he had done for me and all his family when he was alive. So that's what happened last week. Quite a reflective week, but it feels lighter, and not just physically lighter, that there's less things in the home. It feels, lighter within. It feels lighter on my shoulders, because now those things that have served their purpose have moved on, they've left the home. It creates that space, it creates that vacuum for the universe to bring in what else, what is next for me in my life, what things it's working towards helping me co-creating. And that feels exciting. So was clearing all that paperwork out tinged with sadness? No, it wasn't really. There's no sadness anymore. It was just love of the experiences that I'd had, the places I'd been. How fortunate to have the stepdad I had. How fortunate to have, the mum I had, and then to see and witness my grandma's writing was quite an interesting experience as well. So it was honouring, it was loving, it was respectful, and it was lightening. It's lightened things up. So that's my intuition diary for you for this week. I'll see you next week for another one. However, just a reminder as well, we have the new moon next Wednesday, 2nd of October, the new moon for October. And if you're interested in an oracle reading, I have appointments available around the new moon. There'll be a link with this video, so you can go have a look and find out about an oracle reading, look at availability. And also available from the 1st to 31st of October are my Advent Spirit Bundles. So if you don't like the commercialisation of Advent and you're looking for an alternative meaning, my Advent is the Advent to the Winter Solstice, the shortest day in December in the Northern Hemisphere for us. And I've curated 3 Advent Spirit Bundles with 4 gifts each, one for each week of December. So if you're looking for something different and meaningful and something that can enhance your intuitive and spiritual adventure, one of those might be for you, and you'll find the link near this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Take good care. Bye. Hello intuitive friends, I want to tell you about my Advent Spirit Bundles. If you love Advent and an Advent calendar, but you want to avoid the commercialisation and the waste, which I understand I do too, I have an alternative for you. That is the Advent Spirit Bundle. The Advent Spirit Bundles are a meaningful Advent gift for you or your loved ones, and they are aligned to the Advent for the Winter Solstice, as opposed to any other Advent. So they're particularly to help you through the transition of autumn into winter, and particularly to the shortest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, the Winter Solstice, which this year is Saturday, 21st of December. To avoid waste and commercialisation, there are 3 options to choose from, and each Advent Spirit Bundle contains 4 gifts, one for each week of December, to help you to create those little rituals as we transition into winter and lead up to the celebration of the Winter Solstice. So the 3 Advent Spirit Bundles are Dreaming, Home and Get Your Spirit On. They're available from the 1st to the 31st of October 2024 online in my store. And because October is my birthday month, I am gifting to you a discount for the whole month of 10% of any items bought in the store. So you can get the 10% discount on these Advent Spirit Bundles as well. So to find out about each one, I've recorded a short video for you so you can see the products.